Hey Scare friends, welcome back to the Grim Stitch Factory. On the show today, I have two masks to show you. These are actually masks that are orders, but the customers have very generously given me 1 day to postpone shipping so that I can bring these masks onto the show to show you before they're shipped out. So let's crack on with it. I also have some clothes that I wear on the show that I can give you pointers on. People have been asking about that. So let's check out the first mask right here. He is new to the website for 2025, as is the hat. So let's get him centered. There he is. This mask is called Venom, and he is wearing the Undertaker hat. Now, we've already done a show on Venom, but since this is a customer order, I thought I'd bring it on the show to just show you another version of it that I've done based on the website. Now, if you go on my website, you can find him, you can order him. He is $199, and the Undertaker hat is $140. So the whole ensemble is $340. Now, so a little, if you're not too familiar about my mask making and the product, I will tell you first off that there is no silicone and no latex in it. It is 100% organic burlap. Every mask at the Grim Stitch Factory is handmade by me, shipped by me, and when you deal with the mask in order, you are communicating with me. So it's an all-around you and me experience. The masks are 100% organic burlap. They're extra thick, built with care, built to wear, and are very durable and will last you a lifetime. The care is virtually none. Virtually nothing you need to do other than just don't sit on it. That's because there is like thick wire embedded in the mask that allows it to be flexed in or out to fit the contour of your own face, making it even more comfortable. It laces up in the back and sponges inside. It's easy to wear and breathes extremely well, as burlap is a natural fibrous material. And even though this is very thick and all this structure is thick and built up, it still breathes exceptionally well, and you will have no problem wearing this in comfort for hours and hours, even with a hat on. And speaking of the hat, the Undertaker hat is new to the site. It retails for $140. And like all my hats on the Grim Stitch Factory, the hat is doubly thick, thick organic burlap material, and it's wire infused along the rim, top and bottom here. So it's very durable, very flexible. Now, I will point out though that these hats are designed and built and fitted solely for the masks. They are way too big for a human head. I mean, your head would literally go to the top of this thing. So if that's the look you're going for, get a hat. But these are built only for wear on Grim Stitch Factory masks. Maybe other masks too, I don't know. But they fit my masks perfectly. So I always think, I always tell people the hat makes the scarecrow, and boy, does it ever. Let's put Venom over there and get on to the next mask. Now, at this point in the video, I know what you're saying. You're saying, hey, Cameron, what's with the frickin' Christmas tree? It's January 20th. Well, the reality here is, Scare friends, that my wife and I are both designers, so to speak. I do it for a living, she does it for a hobby, and we both love home dec. So Halloween is huge, Christmas is huge, and Christmas up here, although it's like down there, it ends in December, up here it snows forever up in Canada. So we're up to our knees in snow and bitter cold. So we like to lighten the mood of the times in the winter. So we decorate these trees in like winter colors. The one over there is done in blue and tinsel and blue light. It's really cool. So we just like, it lifts our spirits during a miserable season, and we both don't like skiing, winter sports, and walking around with tennis rackets on our feet and lakes. We don't like that stuff. No, we're summer people. So we keep our little winter trees up to lighten the mood and keep us jolly. Speaking of keeping us jolly, wow, you're going to be jolly wearing this next Halloween. This is the Voodoo Reaper, and he is one of the long-standing favorites on my website, grimstitchfactory.com, as I said. look at this bad boy. As with the Venom mask and all the masks on the site, I build this one especially just for you when you order. Yeah, so there he is. He is really nice. I really like this one. He is one of the very first original masks that I ever built for the website for sale, and he has remained on the site to this day. Now, one thing I always point out to people, all my masks can be built in 3 styles. You can build it as here with a head, the neck, and the whole upper chest piece. You can get it like the Venom, which is built with just the head and the neck. Or you can actually get it in what I call a helmet design, where the mask cuts down like this and goes just under your chin. So the advantage of the helmet design is that it gives you more flexibility to look down like this. So it is actually the preferred mask for entertainers who do stage work, because they need to look directly down, especially if they're musicians. So you can actually get these masks built in 3 styles, depending on your need and how much movement you want. But in any case, you know, whether the mask is a helmet design or like a neck design, like the Venom rather, they all go wonderfully with hats. Yeah. Okay, so there we have it, guys. That is the Voodoo Reaper. That's Venom. They're both on my site. The Voodoo Reaper retails on the site for $360. Now, let's take a look at clothes. Now, I get sometimes people commenting about, do I make scarecrow clothes? And the answer to that is, heck no, I can't even sew. And besides, I really don't have time because I'm always busy making masks. That's my thing. I'm not a seamstress, but I can give you guys a few tips just to do it ghetto style, and that's how I have done it. So let's bring out 2 of the outfits that I wear. In fact, they're the only 2 that I wear. Let's bring those out. Here is the first one, and this is what I did to make it. It's really quite simple. Virtually anybody can do this. I just bought an extra large flannel shirt. And a reason I buy extra large, I normally take large. I bought extra large because if you're out during Halloween outside and it's chilly, you want an extra large so you can squeeze a sweater onto that thing. So always buy 1 size up. Once you do that, all you need to do is finesse the collar, the cuffs, and the front. That's just the basic. You can do more than that, but those 3 are really enough. So for the collar, or the cuff rather, where is he? He's buried under there. For the cuff, all I did was just literally, guys, it's this easy. You hot glue burlap over the cuff and then fray the crap out of it. And if you want, you can always take Raffi straw and glue it onto there for hanging shreds, okay? I actually have a separate wrist cufflet I made for that purpose, but you know, it's too much to get into today. So you literally just hot glue burlap over the cuff. Similarly, you take the collar, there's the outside of it, so that folds down like this, and you do the same thing. So when you're putting that on, you just hot glue burlap over the collar on the outside so that when you're putting it on, it wears like this. And you can attach Raffi straw, and you always add more like burlap than you need, so you can really ragged it out and it looks extra long, because it's going to always fray with time. So you do the whole collar like that. Then for the pockets, I added just some burlap patches on the pockets. I made this one smaller, this one larger. You don't want to do them the same size. You want one a little bit smaller than the other just to give it that odd look. And then I just threw a button on there, and then stain it all up. Throw it on the ground. You can stain it all up. You just go onto the internet and find out how to stain clothes to make them look grunge or whatever. You'll get all the tips you need, and boom, quick, easy, instant scarecrow outfit. And all you literally needed was some burlap, 2 buttons, some hot glue, and something you picked up at a thrift shop that, you know, go for like woodsy earth tone colors, because that looks kind of better. if you're going for a more traditional scarecrow. If you're going for something a little more wild and exotic, then that's really your design taste. And I totally applaud that. If you do something like that, I want to see it. But I always go for woodsy just because it's, you know, it's typical scarecrow, what have you. Here's the other one I came up with for clothes. So I actually bought this. This is a woman's raincoat, if you can believe it. This is a woman's raincoat. It's an XL, and it actually fits me except for the sleeves. So what I did was I got the XL raincoat, and as you can see, I dirtied it all up, ripped the lining out of it, and then I chopped it at the sleeves. So I chop off both pairs of sleeves, okay? Because the sleeves on this raincoat were too small for me. So I chop off the sleeves, and then what I do is I go out and I find a pair, again, I'm using earth tones. I find a pair of women's pants, and the reason I use women's pants, I guess some guys' pants will work, but the reason I use women's pants is because they're narrower leg, so it better fits a male arm. So I chopped those off, measured it to the length of my arm, and just hot glued it to the cut-off piece of the jacket, and then just added some fake stitches in there, and then frayed the crap out. Yeah, frayed it out. And for the cuff, I took 2 of those little belt buckle things off the top of the pants near the waist, and I just hot glued them back onto the cuff. So that looks pretty cool. Very general, it's very basic. There's nothing too elaborate about this. It's anything you can do at home. And where's the other sleeve? Here's the other sleeve. Other sleeve, similarly, same thing. Pair of women's pants. I used a different, don't use the same pattern twice. It's gonna look goofy. Get 2 different patterns. For me, I like earth tones again. So same thing, chopped it, measured it to fit my arm. So I got a size that's nice for the size of my arm. And that's women's pants generally. Hot glued it, and then just added some fake stitches to make it look cool. And again, you can always, too, with this, there's no reason you can't hammer in some raffy straw all over this if you want. That's your design. Options are optional. So this is kind of like, you know, I chalk it up to like cut and paste, scrapbooking, scarecrow outfit scrapbooking, and just go to like, you know, places where you buy used clothing. Anyway, guys, so there's the clothes, there's the mask. Now, in closing, because we're running out of time here, one question I do get asked a lot is how to care for the masks, and I always say don't. Just let the mask be itself. I haven't done anything significant to this mask since I've owned it, and that's the point. You want to let my masks get dusty, drop them on the ground, don't worry about it. The masks, these masks, my mask, the older they get, the more worn they get, the more scarecrow looking they become. And that's the point. It's a scarecrow mask. It should look worn all over, so let it do that. Let it live like that. Let it age like a fine wine. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cameron. I make scarecrow masks. We'll see you real soon on the Grim Stitch Factory. Peace out.